All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole faith of Israel. As you can see, the title's article, Get Tougher with Protesters or Federal Government Sends Military. Trump warns liberal governors and mayors, right? So going into the times they're in, it's getting more and more evident that we're at the end of this world, right? And as the day progresses and the day gets closer and closer onto that terrible and dreadful day being the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, right? Stuff is going to start popping off back to back to back to back to back, okay? Going into these protesters protesting, no justice, no peace. But the Lord's not coming to bring peace, all right? He said he's come to what? Send fire on the earth. All right. What would I if it be already kindled? All right. So the Lord sending these fires upon the earth. All right. Because ultimately we're coming to the time of destruction. All right. So-called America is getting ready to be destroyed. Okay. Ultimately by thermonuclear missiles. But prior to these, prior to those missiles flying, okay, it's going to be a series of unfortunate events. All right. And this is coming into the time we're in now with these uprisings and uproars of the people. All right. Well, saying that, let me grab it really quick. This is Second Edges, chapter 9. I'll start at the top of verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, measure the time. How do you measure time? Measure time by prophecy. Okay. And prophecies containing these holy scriptures. Okay. And going into, again, measuring the time, understanding prophecy, we know that we are in the last days. Okay, now these things that are happening on TV, you say, oh, that's happening in this city, happening in that city. No, these things are happening in your city. Okay, and it's going to get a lot more close and personal as time goes on. We get closer and closer to the real brunt of Jacob's trouble. All right, because these devils are not going to take lightly to these actions that is being played out on this earth. Okay, that's why Revelation 12:12 keeps getting brought up, because he's going to come down having that great wrath. All right, and here you see, you got your president saying he's going to send the military on his own people. All right. Second Edges chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and will now see as part of the signs past which I have told thee before. All right, we foretold this. All right, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're coming to the time of visitation. All right. All this commotion and chaos happening around the world. All right. These are the things that the Lord told us that would happen prior to his return. So, people haven't even got to the point of, even comprehending how bad it's really going to get. Okay. Because we're getting ready to see stuff that we've never literally seen ever. All right. Not in our own parents' lifetime, our grandparents' lifetime. All right. And so on and so forth. All right, we're getting ready to see, madness, okay? But it's all, that they say there's a method to the madness. It's all prophecy, okay? And then when the chariots start cracking the skies, all right, hey, these riots breaking out. Don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot more chariots popping up, okay? Because the Lord's putting those spirits out to act out his word, okay? And it's playing out according to prophecy, okay? It's verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, which this is it. This is uproars of the people. Okay. This is prophecy. All right. I read again, 2 Edges chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, the Lord told us that these things were going to come to pass. All right, here and going into that point of time, it's going to speak and not lie. All right, going to Habakkuk, the second chapter, which I'll come back to this. Some Habakkuk 2 and 3. Habakkuk chapter 2. Well, I'll read 2 and 3. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay. Again, going into these scriptures. Okay, they were left on, they're written down, all right, to be, like scriptures say, all things are written aforetime for our learning, okay? Because at some point in time, this vision was going to play into effect, all right? And the time that these visions are playing into effect is right now, here in these last days, all right, being in 2020, all right? This is verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, right? It's speaking and not lying. This is speaking. This is uproars of the people in the world, all right? This is speaking, all right? The truth is standing in these last days, all right? Nothing else, because it's always been about the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's what we've been trying to tell you people from apostles on down, okay? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Exactly. So it's not tarrying no more. All right. 2020 year prophecy. This is what's happening. Prophecy. Okay. You know, and it's just gonna get worse from here. Okay. This is a fire that's kindled that's not gonna be turned away. Okay. And again, it's just gonna get worse and more wild out here. Okay. That's why it's extremely important to keep that relationship with Yahweh Shem Shai, because, you know, right now, you know, people can still go to the store. They can have their liberties. They can still go home, protest. You know, hey, that shit was funny. That shit was crazy. All right, but it's not gonna be that like that no more. Okay. You know, and it's gonna go into the crucial part in time of Jacob's trouble, when people are getting mowed in the streets, and, you know, it's no longer a laughing, joking matter no more. Okay, you get caught out in the wrong area, you're not gonna come out. Okay, and this devil's not playing no games no more. All right, where was that? I read verse 4, 2 chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is manifest. Okay, the end of this kingdom. Okay, being so-called America, which is Babylon the Great, according to all the scriptures. All right, that is going to be destroyed. All right, very, very soon. Okay, you know, and these things are happening now. Again, it's a process. All right, but there's no going back from here. All right. But this is a young Draco. Okay, he's all gonna start saying saying these, you know, these harsh laws for people that are protesting. Okay, you know, you get caught past curfew, you're not gonna get arrested. It's not gonna be nice and peaceful. You're gonna get shot down. Okay, so here, President Donald Trump has warned states and cities that they don't get much tougher on protesters, and the federal government will get involved using the military, who indicated they are on extraordinary 4-hour recall status. Right, so these devils is not playing. Okay, and this is all organized. Okay, these devils, you know, under the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, they're being manipulated to play this stuff out. Okay, so ultimately, again, so prophecy can be fulfilled and play out. All right, but this is not this protesting is not going to do nothing good for you, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, this is what's going to get you mowed down and taken out. All right, in mass numbers, because this devil is not playing around no more. Okay, because he's trying to fulfill a new order. All right, but here earlier, well, we'll just read this tweet. All right, this doesn't have to be a long video. All right, I'll probably grab a couple more, you know, going into Esdras 15 and go part to verse chapter 6. But here, crossing state lines to incite violence is a federal crime. Liberal governors and mayors must get much tougher, or the federal government will step in and do what has to be done, and that includes using unlimited power of our military and many arrests. Thank you. All right, and that's a promise. Okay, that's what's getting ready to happen. Okay, and going into martial law. All right, you know, is going to be military troops roaming your streets. Okay, no, this is the new normal. All right, there's never going back to the good old days. Okay, and this is going to get, again, worse and worse until as time progresses. All right, so 2 Esdras chapter 15, and I'm gonna probably hurry up and run this out. 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, so right now they got picket signs. Okay, you know, they're so to say peaceful protests. All right, but it's gonna turn violent. Okay, people with machetes, machine guns, all right, and bombs. All right, and this is all according to the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is what is going to happen. Okay, and you've been told and you've been warned. All right, that's why there's no cloak for your sins. All right, so Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and in the course of their power shall stand, in the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. So they don't care what People don't, going into the public, they don't care about what Donald Trump got to say. They don't care what these mayors and rulers and governors have to say. They're taking action upon their own hands. Okay, and as you can see right here in these protests, and that's all you see right now. Okay, you go into these articles, what's going on right now. Okay, this, all right, yeah, protests, all right, Utah, Minneapolis, LA, all right, Miami, you got Texas, you got Philly, all right, here, LA, all right. So this is the new normal, all right. We are in the last days, all right. 2 Ezra 15 verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, exactly. Because why? Because they're already doing it right now. They're blocking off streets in certain areas that you cannot go to, so you can't join the protest. All right, and even if you're just trying to go home, it don't matter. All right, you're not getting past once they start blocking these streets out. All right, and it's not going to be your neighborhood police officer. It's going to be military tanks. All right, so that's what's getting ready to happen. Okay, there's going to be a state of emergency. The protests are going to get out of hand, and then people are now social distancing. Okay, now there's going to be a second wave. It's going to be madness. All right, and it's beautiful. All right, because the Lord is playing this out beautifully. Okay, and at the end of the day, the Lord's going to protect His elect, and that's what we're hoping to be part of. All right, you should be amped. Okay. It's a beautiful time. 2 Ezra 15 to 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because the lack of bread and great tribulation. So inflation, these birth pains. It's just gonna be back to back to back. Okay, until the Lord puts a nail in the coffin and these thermonuclear missiles get shot off. All right. This devil's gonna put this chip out. All right, chip everybody. Don't be being here, being there. I gotta track you. I have to know where you are at all times, because you people are wild. Okay, and that's when when this devil makes the chip mandatory, which is the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, that's how you know we're out of here. Okay, and we are. Okay, this devil, is doing this thing. Okay. But the Lord ultimately is gonna upset. 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The stores shall suddenly be found empty. All right, looters. Okay, going into the famine. Okay, these truck drivers. Hey, they'll start joining protests. Okay, when the truck drivers start protesting, then nobody's gonna eat. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen. Okay, blocking off railroads. All right, all that. Okay, and it says the sown places appear unsown. Overnight, this stuff happened. Okay, and now everywhere in major cities is all hell breaking loose. All right, little baby stages, but this is going to amplify. Okay, this is just a warm up. All right, this is verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound. When every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. So we haven't really got to that point yet. Okay, we will very, very soon. All right, but that trumpet is being blown. There's different series. There's different trumpets, okay? And this is going to get worse and worse and worse, like an escalator or elevator, of hell. And that's what's going to happen in so-called America. All right, this is verse 24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours it shall not run. So this truth, okay, that famine of the word, okay? Esau, there's too much going on. He's going to shut off information, which he's going to shut off the truth, by cutting off the YouTube, okay, limiting internet access, certain websites you can't go to, all right, and they have tracking. They're tracking your IP address, all right, you're tracking your microphones, all right, because now they're justified because what the hell is going on in the streets, all right, which these devils, they send agents, okay, this is craftiness. This is what this devil does, okay, but the Lord is up in the heavens looking down like, man, waiting for that green light from the Father, okay, for Yahushua to be sent. And crack the skies, man, and get the party really started. All right, but here's verse 25. I'll close out. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation in the end of your world. So the elect, okay, the elect are going to be saved out of this. All right, all this hell is going to happen upon the earth. All right, you know, it's going to even look scarce for the elect. That's why it says the elect, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. All right, we're going to be scarcely saved out of this. Okay, yeah, it's cute right now at the beginning. You know, Jake thinks this is all fun and games. All right, but it's going to get real serious. Okay, and only the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai, the elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans are going to get beamed up and delivered from these last days. Okay, so hey, with that, Lord's words be edifying. As always, going to give our praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole effective Israel. Shalom.